start by saying welcome back. Thank you all for tuning in. If you are new and you like what you see, subscribe. If you don't, just move along. Continue your web browsing or your YouTube surfing. But if you like what you see, subscribe. It's a lot more to come. That being said, today we are going to paint a trout on this little lure. As you can see, it's about the length of the tip of my finger, maybe about an inch. We're gonna paint a trout. And I am missing one color. Here we go. Some pink. All right. So the colors we have here is pink, enhanced with silver, white, enhanced with silver, silver, black, blue, purple, brown, or I figured it out, it's called sepia, and a color mix that I made. I call it Black Nose Shiner Minnow, which it is green, gold, brown, and a hint of, I want to say sepia. This one's really mixed up in there, it looks crazy. But we're gonna start with, not even start with, these are the only colors that I plan on using on this little micro thing. I may use true black versus this transparent black, but we'll see. So the very first thing you want to do is make sure you got your mask. You got your gloves. If you wear gloves, you don't have to. It's not required. I just do it just because of natural habit. You may need a couple of Q-tips, of course a blow dryer, and that is it. There will be no stencils for this one. So the very first step, you're gonna want to base coat with your enhancer white or regular white, whatever white you prefer. I prefer an enhancer. I'm kind of caking this on there this time too, if you guys can't tell. I'm actually just trying to run it out so that I can go to the next color. Next color you want to go with is the purple and blue along the sides of the body, not over the top, just the sides. Gonna work from light to dark for the most part. A couple of drops in the cap. You're doing a micro lure, so you don't need a lot. If you're doing a big lure, maybe you need a lot. And what I'm doing is just panning back and forth until it actually becomes a color, because I know there's white still in the cap. Right. See that? It's really faint. I'm gonna hit the other side. So what this does is it's purplish pink, and then when it's tilted from left to right, the blue goes through the gloss or through the shine of it. And the reason why I said spray that only on the sides, you'll see why. I'm using this as an enhancer. And you can spray it on the plates. Make sure you get it good and dark. I did it really light, I think, the first time. You want it on there good and dark. If it goes over the top a little, it goes over the top. That's fine. It doesn't hurt anything. The next color is silver itself. Just the silver, just a dab. Don't need much because you're going literally across the bottom right now on purpose. And if it mixes with the blue, purple, that's fine. You can overspray this too, by the way. What I'm doing now is just getting it on the bottom real good. I'm gonna heat set this first layer while it's still hot. Hit it with the silver again. You want that silver to almost, not even almost, you want it to kind of just hide the white that's down there. And as it comes up on the sides, because you're spraying so much, it creates that shimmer of silver to pink, purple, and blue. Heat set. Your next step is the green or black nose. It's green and gold mixed with brown. You could probably just skip this step. I like this step. It gives it a little more detail in the back over the top. Spray it out a little bit, just to make sure that it's not silver coming out first. Chill that silver and go straight to the greenish mental look. Right over the white. Right over the top, and then down onto the side slightly too. So what you're doing is almost getting rid of the pink for the most part. Along the sides, although it's kind of running from me. Almost getting rid of the pink. You also want to come on the front of the face a little with the green. You can go as dark as you want on the front end, near by the eyes, the nose, and the mouth and stuff. Clear that, because your next step is your dots. I know that juvenile trout, I was told, don't have dots. The next step is not brown. I'm actually going to use true black because I want the black to show. And all I am going to simply do is one drop of black to unload the dots. Remember the dots that we unloaded on the creatures? Same method. But you want to go from the side first. So pull back and release. Pull back, release, and then you got your specks on that side. And your specks on this side. It's a lot of little specks, but that's fine because we're going to go over top of those and hide most of them. Okay, now that that step is done, so your next step is the brown and gold. I honestly want to go with the sepia. Over the top. This stuff's really wore down. So the trick is to heat set and make sure that the lure is hot before spraying it on so that it doesn't run. All right, while it's still hot, hit it with the brown. My bad, not the brown, the sepia. You see how it's not running? If I start spraying it too much, it'll start running. So, heat set. Hit it with what little bit of sepia you have left. You can spray right over the side of everything with this because you want to make all of the other stuff not as vibrant. I put too much and I put the wrong color in the cap. 1 second. All right, you want to do a little more sepia along the sides just to kill the pink a little bit and some of those dots. And over the top. It's all out. You're gonna want to take the heat to it. Heat set. We're almost done. The last and final thing you want to do here is the true pink. You want to take your true pink, and if you have a fine brush, get a fine brush. If you don't have a fine brush, use whatever brush you can. You just don't want this to overspray. You want this actually to come out really faint. You need 1 drop if you're doing micro. If you're doing big, then you may need more. Make sure you're good to go. 15. And you want to spray, if you can see, on the gill plate. Just right right on the deal plate. You really can't see it right now, but once you put your clear coat on, you'll see it real well. And then from the back end to the halfway point of the body. Doing the same thing on the other side. And there you have it. Your trout. The trout that I followed is this picture here, if you can see that. Got all dots. I know that this is really a micro trout, but and I know they say that the juvenile ones don't have dots. What I was told, I've never caught a juvenile trout. There we have it, the trout. I'm gonna put the eyes on real quick and hit it with what I call a clear coat just to hold the color in place. There's a lot of super glue on this thing. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some of it off. All right, there you have it. Freestyle trout on a micro. I'm gonna heat set this real quick. All right, I'm going to clear coat this with just a simple like clear coat that you use if you're going to like not mess with it for at least a couple of days, and so if you drop it, it doesn't scratch. It'll hit the clear coat stuff first. That stuff's not good for sealing or making it waterproof. The stuff that I'm using, it's just literally just to clear coat it so that it doesn't get scratched up. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. Once again, if you like what I am doing, click the subscribe button, leave your bell on